Hi, my name is Cherian Koshi, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to this overview of the nonprofit operating system. I want to tell you a little bit about why I created this platform. So, during the pandemic, I was working as a frontline fundraiser, and I was working in an arts organization. So, we didn't have programming that was happening. We didn't have the typical interaction with donors, but we wanted to make sure that we stayed in front of donors and communicated with them. And as you've probably done in the past, you Google templates around appeals and thank you notes, and at a certain point you run out of those. And I'm not a particularly strong writer, specifically when it comes to fundraising appeals. So I often borrowed from templates or things that I learned in webinars to help me build that content out. But at a certain point, you run out of the Mad Libs content that's out there, and I didn't really love how those things sounded or the amount of work that needed to go in to what I wanted to produce. I just needed an idea or inspiration. And so I was watching all of the Netflix and got caught up on all the shows, and I felt like I could use my time more productively. So I learned about no-code apps and about OpenAI and GPT-3 and all of these other cool things that were happening in the world of artificial intelligence, and I said, I think this could help me, but I also think this could help some of the small and mid-sized organizations that I work with that don't have someone full-time who's dedicated to content writing or developing out appeals and those types of pieces. So I went to work putting the AI together, developing the code, working with other organizations to help refine the work that you now see in front of you, which is the nonprofit operating system. Over time, this will grow as a platform to include things like revenue modeling and even management of staff, looking at how to use AI to help augment some of those opportunities as well. But I want to walk through the platform for you as it stands today. So the first thing that you'll notice is how this works. And as I mentioned before, there are more than 30 prompts. As folks have offered feedback, I've added new prompts that might be helpful. And these prompts are specifically coded to help nonprofits just like you. There are all kinds of AI tools out there, plenty of them. Most of them are around sales, and they don't use nonprofit-specific language, which was really where I saw an opportunity to create something that would be helpful to myself and to organizations just like you. So if you type in the specific cause area that you're working in, give it some keywords, and I'll give you an example here in a moment, it produces that first draft of content that you can then customize with your nonprofit language that you prefer and that you want to use for those different appeals or content pieces. And what's helpful then is that it's not a fill-in-the-blank system where every piece of content that would ever be created would follow that exact same format. It's completely unique, and the AI will learn from the work that you do. So it will build content that continues to improve and will be better for you and for the community. It's never going to be something that's hands-off, however. I didn't want to create a model that would ever automate donor interaction or outreach to your community. I really do want you to focus on how do we make this specific to our organization so there's always a human interface or human interaction with the content. But ultimately, you can take the content, put it into your email software or into our social media scheduling software that will allow you to automate at least the distribution of that content. So let me give you a quick example that you can use if you've never used the platform before. This is available on the front page of the website. So let's take that example of an arts organization that received a gift for arts programming for kids. Programming for kids. So we hit generate, and in a few seconds, as the AI goes to work, it pulls information from all over the web to say, thank you so much for your generous gift to our nonprofit arts organization. Your donation will go towards programming for kids, which is so important in fostering their creativity and imagination. Your gift has truly made a difference, and we're so grateful. Thank you for supporting our mission, helping to make a positive impact in the lives of young people. So you could copy this, and obviously this is not perfect. We would never say, dear donor. We probably would never say our nonprofit arts organization. You would put in the name of your organization, and you can beef this up. But from my vantage point, it's a lot easier to edit something than it is to come up with that first idea. So what I love about this is my ability to take this and then mold it into what I need it to be. And if you don't like it, which, this isn't awesome, it's okay, but it's not awesome, you hit try again, put in some new keywords, and you can get another output just like you did before. The other thing to note here is that the pricing is designed to be accessible to any size organization, but particularly to small and mid-sized organizations. So I wanted something that would help organizations that have really small budgets be able to compete with the big kids, and that's why you get unlimited use of the platform for either a month or for a year on these low pricing price points. You'll see all of the other competitors that are out there are higher price points and do limit the number of content tokens that you can use or words that you can create. And the other thing is that I heard from a lot of organizations that I work with that the price of social media scheduling tools like Hootsuite and Bufferly and those types of things were getting more and more expensive. This includes that, so you could just put in your existing content and get a product of social media scheduling that's less than the price of those other tools out there, with something that would also give you inspiration and ideas with that AI writer. So that's up to you if you want to do it monthly or choose that annual pricing model. And I do want to mention, for those organizations that are larger, we will have additional tools and additional use cases for organizations that already have someone or an entire team of people who do marketing that will help you optimize what you do as well. That's built into the technology right now, but we're not ready to launch that because we really want to focus on making this as usable as possible for those small and mid-sized organizations. If you have questions about that or are interested, feel free to reach out about that with me over email. So when you click the home button, you'll be taken to the text generation page, and that's the starting point for AI inspiration. As I mentioned before, there are multiple different prompts, and I continue to create more prompts based upon user feedback. You'll see different appeals, copywriting models, blog ideas, and blog writing, and there's a series of videos that are coming out on each of the different models, but you'll see general fundraising, Giving Tuesday, and then things that are not appeal related. So if you don't have interview questions for a development associate, you could put those in there, but you'll see that in those other videos on the channel. So lots of different prompts here for you. And then once you create the output, once you have the idea, they all show up here on the results page, and you can search those results and check based upon the different prompt that you use to see if you want to look at different appeals that you've written or different blogs that you've written, you can do that. So every time you create a prompt or fill out a prompt, you'll see those all saved here, and then you can go in, and of course I recommend that you go in and edit so that it's applicable to your organization. And then you can, once you hit save, you can schedule this in our social media scheduling tool as well, or just copy it and paste it into your email platform or wherever else you'll use it, into your blog post. You'll see all these other pieces that are out there that keeps a running tally of all the work that you've done. So you can come back to something, for example, on social media. And so if you do decide to schedule it, you can add images from your existing set of images, customize the text, and then you'll be able to select the date and time, as well as the platform that you would like to post it on, including multiple different platforms. So let me show you that to you now. As I mentioned before, this comes baked into the platform itself and is a lower price than some of the other tools that are out there. And so all of your content shows up on this calendar. You can go in and see, here's some content that I posted on. If you don't like this or you need to reschedule it, you can click on delete. You can actually just reschedule it by moving it, which I don't want to do because that's already been posted, but you'll see the different types of posts that are out there available to you. Within your account, and we'll go through a separate video on connecting social media accounts, but almost every other social media platform is on here. So if you want to do TikTok videos or LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram, those are all available to you, and it shows you which ones are connected. But the other feature that's available here that I received from a nonprofit consulting friend was the feature to pause all social media scheduling. So if there's a natural disaster or something that happens in your community and you need to stop social media posting, you just come to your account page and you toggle this on, and it will stop all of your social media scheduling until you restart it. And so you can put all of those posts at a later date when it's appropriate for you to do. The other thing I want to remind you of is with whatever account level you choose, it's unlimited creation. So other AI writers will limit the number of texts that you can create. This one does not, because I do want to make this as useful and as accessible for you as possible. And then under the help files, you will see different examples of posts as well as all of the videos and links to our YouTube channel where you check out additional use cases. And if you do have ideas or suggestions or feedback, please reach out to me at hello@nonprofitoperating.com. I'm sure you'll receive a video from my AI assistant that will ask you for the same, but I look forward to hearing your feedback and hearing how it's useful to you. What are the things that you're finding? And I look forward to staying in touch, and hopefully this is helpful to your organization and your fundraising. Thanks so much.